Alrighty. Hey you guys, so for Jenna and I's project, we were assigned food allergies. And so we just kind of broke it down on a Google slide to present it. And we weren't able to figure out a time when we could both present it together via webcam just because of internship and work and stuff like that. So we will be doing it, presenting it separate, but we did collaborate throughout the whole slide. So here we go. Okay, so what are food allergies? So food allergies occur when your immune system overreacts to a harmless food and then it turns into an allergen, basically just because your body doesn't recognize it for some reason. And it's not understood why that is, but they have seen food allergies in families, so they do think it is genetic in some way. And then in most cases, allergies are experienced in childhood, like early on, and then they may even go away if they're like a minor allergy in adulthood, but the majority of the time they do stay throughout a lifetime. And symptoms of a reaction include digestive problems, hives, or swollen airways, and then in severe cases like anaphylactic shock, which are life-threatening. And the most common children allergies, I have a little picture on the right. So there's eggs with 10%, milk 20%, fish, I believe that is 6%, wheat 25, shellfish 17, tree nuts 13, peanuts 25, and then soy 5. So those are the most common allergies there are. Okay, and then just some statistics included that we thought would be beneficial for you guys to know about food allergies. There are more than 50 million people in the United States with allergies in general, and 15 million of those allergies are from food, and so that's just a really big statistic. And then something else we saw was allergies are the sixth leading cause of chronic illness in the United States, just because there is no cause for them and they're just so common. And then around 200,000 Americans are sent to the ER due to food allergies each year, which is a lot. And of those food allergies, 30% are allergic, or of those with food allergies, 30% of those people are allergic to more than just one food. So typically if someone has one food allergy, they're more likely to be allergic to more than just one thing. So that makes it even more difficult for someone that is allergic to food. And then impacts on nutrition. I found a study where they did basically what the results showed was that children with food allergies are smaller on their growth charts than children in their same age category that don't have any. And so in addition to that, they also found that children that had 2 or more food allergies versus just like 1 or 2 food allergies were then smaller also. And this tells us that the food allergies can inhibit individuals from getting the proper amount of nutrients just because they're so limited to what they can have. And then children with certain allergies can also have an excess of certain nutrients while lacking in others due to having such select food options that they can pick from. Okay, and then impacts on physical activity. Food allergies can be the root of bloating, water retention, and slow metabolism. So in combination with those, you're just more sluggish in general, and so you don't feel the best the majority of the time if you do ingest the foods that you are allergic to, in mild cases at least. And due to this, the body holds on to fat rather than burning it for more energy. And so what they're taking in, they're not able to metabolize it as we would. And so when the body is generating energy, this leads to sluggish and fatigued behavior that leaves individuals with a lack of drive and capability to perform physical activity. So it's just like, when I was reading about it, it was kind of hard to pinpoint how allergies directly affect physical activity. And so when I was reading a bunch of articles, it's mainly based on what's the word for it? The symptoms of ingesting the allergies and stuff, and like the allergens that they can't have. And so because of the bloating and water retention, slow metabolism, that then causes like the lack of drive to do physical activity and stuff like that. And then treatment and management. So it obviously depends a lot on the severity of a food allergy, because you can have a mild to severe allergy to something. And so these were just 6 like management tips I found just so you can manage it throughout your life, since there's no cure for it. So the first one was always read labels. And that's like no matter what, because a lot of the times, like packages, they'll say, oh, peanut free, but a lot of the times you just want to make sure in reading every single thing, just make sure you know where that product is coming from. And when you're cooking in your own house, you really need to be careful about cross-contamination. Like, for example, if you're making a peanut butter sandwich on the counter and your sibling is allergic to peanuts, obviously you probably wouldn't have them in the house anyway, but just for an example, you would always want to wipe that surface down really well just to avoid your sibling coming into contact with that allergen. And then when you eat out, it's super important to be extremely careful about what you can and cannot eat, and to really voice that to like your waitress or the manager or the chef or whoever is preparing that food for you, just so they know the consequences and what will happen if you do ingest that allergen. And then the fourth one is to have a plan in case you do have a reaction, just because it's better to be prepared rather than have a reaction and then not know what to do and then wind up in the hospital or in a way worse situation. And then always wearing a medical ID bracelet. By wearing that bracelet, it will list off all of the information about your specific allergy, and just so people will know like everything, like if something was bad to happen, they would just know what to do and know what happened to you and how to help you as soon as they could. And then the last tip I found was carrying at least 2 doses of whatever medication you use with you at all times, just because you never know. One could malfunction, like an EpiPen, like one can malfunction, one may not be working, you may lose one. So just to always have at least 2 doses wherever you go, just for emergencies. And then since there is no cure for food allergies, especially in severe cases, products like EpiPens are crucial to stop a reaction quickly. And then it's always suggested that you seek medical attention even after your symptoms have subsided or after you've had some type of reaction, just to be double safe. And then looking at long-term, food allergies are on the rise, considering there was a 50% increase just in the years of 1977 and 2011. And of those, nut allergies specifically has tripled since then. They don't know why allergies are increasing. A lot of articles I read, they didn't have any like research backing them, but a lot of the hypotheses out there are that the increase in GMOs in all of our food that we ingest, like in this past century, has really played an effect on food allergies, which I thought was interesting. And I was going to cite some of those studies, but they didn't really have like a lot. I just kind of found them on like random websites that weren't really reliable, but I just thought it would be a point to mention it, that the nut allergies have tripled and GMOs have been cause, they say, but there's no like research to support it. So that's just an idea. And then untreated food allergies and intolerances can lead to death. Obviously, if you have a severe allergy and you don't have anyone around you, or you don't have a game plan to what happens if you do have a reaction, and anaphylactic shock is deathly, of course. And so it is super serious to take food allergens with extreme caution, especially if it's not you with the allergen. And there is no cure for food allergies, like I've mentioned previously. So the best approach is to avoid the foods that cause your reaction, and to always be prepared and to inform those around you, just so you prevent any accident from happening in the future. So yeah, that was our presentation. Thanks for listening, you guys. And here is the main references we used and included with our research.